I'd have stood more of a chance. A series of straights, a roundabout, kinks and plenty of direction changes will hand out a feast of variations for the riders. What's the best way to ride it? Well, no one knows. As the United Kingdom's only island city, Portsmouth will provide a stunning backdrop to a pulsating night of racing, which will see the crowning of 2016 Perlizumi Tour Series champions.
We're bidding for the Tour de France for the Grand Depart in 2019. So for me, to have events like this says to the ASO who run the Tour de France, Portsmouth can cope with the infrastructure. We've got brilliant participation, thousands of people watching the race today, and we'd love to have more cycling events here.
We're hoping to achieve the win, really. Overall, it's double points tonight, so anything can happen.
Amazing.
We won in Stoke, the team prize. So yeah, we know it's possible. We just got to go out there and do it.
I'd love to go home with the sprinters jersey and the overall, but there's some fast sprinters here tonight. It's technical, not too technical, so I think it probably will be a bunch sprint. So we'll just see what happens at the end.
Yeah, definitely looking to go into this round to try and get maximum points to move up the individual classification. And definitely with the help of the team, hopefully they can get me up there and move up.
I raced with Grace on the same team last year. I love her to bits. I was really pleased to see her win at Croydon. That was fantastic. So it's been a really good round, six rounds? It's been really good. So whoever wins, I think everyone's exhausted, so I think they're probably just pleased it's the last one.
I'm only 3 points away from the individual series overall. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting race.
So here we are on the start line of the Matrix Fitness Grand Prix, and because of the double points on offer here at Portsmouth, several of the women behind me could either sink or swim based on this final race. And with that fantastic thought, I hand you to your commentators, Tony Gibb and Con Kirby.
It's time to go racing on a day of a real festival of cycling here in Portsmouth. The final round, of course, of the Matrix Fitness GP Series. And a lot at stake tonight, possibly not the sprints overall classification. In the absence of Alice Barnes and Annesley Park, Nikki Juniper has to start at favourite. Big sighting lap then on this new event to the series. So welcome to Portsmouth. All together as we approach the first of the sprint laps, 150-metre mark. They take a big right-hander. There's a little jink right, a little jink left, and then the start-finish line, and they're all up for this.
They're up for this, Carlton. As you say, the last round of this Matrix Fitness Tour Series. Nikki Juniper there, the sprint leader in that white and green leaders jersey, the national criterium champion as well. This is going to be one fast and furious race tonight.
Here's how they stand after 5 rounds. Juniper on 36 points, Barnes and Park trailing her, but not here tonight significantly. Garner nearest to her in this competition. So Nikki Juniper kind of owns it, but what would she do in the opening of the sprints tonight here in Portsmouth? Surely she can't resist but go for this. Let's find out.
Well, she just needs to consolidate that position, Carlton, but not a racer that's used to sitting back. Surely she's going to have some competition tonight from Grace Garner, though.
Emily Kay of Team Breeze is also in the frame here. Lydia Boylan, Laura Massey, plenty of others as well with something to give to tonight. And it's getting cagey. They're all looking at each other, waiting to pick up the pace on this, what is a very fast circuit, by the way. It's new to them, but everyone seems to have bedded in nicely. No incidents to speak of just for the time being. It's still incredibly cagey as the pace just picks up mid-pack as they're all very much looking at each other here.
Nikki Juniper, though, sitting at the front. This is her usual tactics on the sprint lap. She likes to lead from the front and drive through, and by virtue of the fact that the last corner is so close to the finish line, surely that's the way to go.
On that big turn, it's the right-hander that they're able to take at some pace, although still not an absolute push-on pace for the time being. Here we go, 150 metres to go. Almost straight as we head towards the finish line. They're ironing it out and all the creases are gone. Nikki Juniper has done a superb job here. Slight rise for her, but you can't keep a good rider down. Grace Garner in second place ahead of Lydia Boylan, Laura Massey and Emily Kay making up your top 5 here. Well, the attack almost immediate after that. We'll come to that in a moment. Juniper then taking that one on 5. Confirmation of the result. Garner nearest to her. Jessica Roberts has decided she's just about had enough of this. She's winding it up, as you can see. She's pushing on. She's one of the Hoy future stars, likes the track and clearly loves the pace of this circuit here in Portsmouth.
Got herself a couple of second lead at the moment, being chased down by one of the Team Ford EcoBoost riders and one of the Team Breeze riders, but they're only a matter of meters off the front of this pack.
Well, they are, but it's extending almost pedal stroke by pedal stroke. There's a lot of power going in here, but there's an awful lot of racing still to be done tonight. Has Jessica Roberts gone too early?
Well, she's new to the series. We haven't seen her yet. Corners very well at this occasion round, and she's driving on, and it looks like the pack are happy to let her go at this stage.
Wow, how long will this last? We'll find out. Welcome back. Jessica Roberts has been absent from this series, and it seems the rest has done her good. Maybe it's just a lack of fear, but she is going for this and extending her gap over just about everybody. It won't be long before she's into back markers, that's for sure.
Over the start-finish line along this slightly cobbled section. Good job. It's bright, dry and sunny tonight. That would be very slippery if it was raining, but look at the Podium Ambition girls on the front of this bunch.
Yeah, they want a piece of the night. Don't forget, it's double points on offer. Grace Garner and Nikki Juniper battling for the individual overall classification. We'll see how that pans out. For the time being, it's about getting your head down and getting on with it. Juniper is up here, though. So is Grace Garner. Lydia Boylan, likewise, who did well, all three of those in the opening sprint. But frankly, we're coming up to the second sprint, and Jessica Roberts is going to take this, and it's going to be minor places for everybody else. She can afford to take it easy through some of the more technical sections.
Well, round this roundabout, which on the course profile looks like a very tight turn indeed, it's not. As you can see, it's a long sweeper, and she gets the benefit up here of seeing how big the gap is to the chasing bunch.
Oh, well, the hands are seeing the hair at the moment, and she is herring along, although just coming into the back of some of the back markers here, there'll be plenty more of those fall to Jessica Roberts if she pushes on. The question is, can she? Has she invested too much too early is a big question.
Well, the bunch are letting her go to a degree because she's not going to affect any of the overall competitions. I'm sure they'll show more interest later on, but at this stage, it's team tactics that are coming to the fore.
It's Ford, EcoBoost and Podium Ambition that are mobbing the front. No surprise there. Nikki Juniper wants a clear view. For the time being, two riders in front of her. She always jinks to the fore. Meanwhile, out front, it's Jessica Roberts, who's in her pomp at the moment, just on that little kick up onto the brick section. She crosses the line now to take maximum points out of the second sprint. She wasn't a feature in the first, but she's got 5 out of this. Question is, who's going to finish second right now? Here we are. It's a big wind-up. It has to be. Nikki Juniper checks over her shoulder, wearing that green and white points leaders jersey. Heads into it right now, and here she goes. She's lighting it up. Can anyone match Nikki Juniper? I think the answer's possibly no. She believes that as well. Goes centre of the road. Juniper's going to take second place here. Does so. 4 points to her. Grace Garner in second place, with Elizabeth Jane Harris, also of Podium Ambition, in fourth. We'll get confirmation of that with Charlene Joyner with a solitary point there.
So the leader taking this big sweeping roundabout. She's got all the time in the world at the moment. Again, she's going to see the chasing bunch coming the other way, and really easy for her to judge her lead.
Well, you saw the points there for Nikki Juniper. She's taken it on the night, and she's taken it, the points jersey, that is. Overall, 45 she's amassed. Alice Barnes, who's absent tonight, finished nearest to her. Still out there, still alone, save for the fans that have turned up here in Portsmouth, and what has been a fantastic festival of cycling. There's been kids events, youth events, just about everything, but right now, giving it everything is Jessica Roberts. She's got 3 chasers, though, all the major teams represented. Elizabeth Jane Harris, Joe Tinley and Charlotte Brown are on her case. Where's everybody else is the question, because of course our mind turns the individual overall classification. Only 3 points separating Grace Garner and of course Nikki Juniper, so a lot at stake here in the final round, and double points, don't forget, for the finale.
So Juniper's teammate up the front there from Team Ford EcoBoost. That could come into play with the points later on, but Juniper there you saw in third place being stalked by the Podium Ambition riders in the pink and black kit.
Well, she took the second of the intermediate sprint. She pushed out a gap to almost 40 seconds, and that's just starting to ebb a little bit right now. Fatigue setting in. I think Jessica Roberts is most definitely a star of the future, possibly on the track. Well, she's taken on the circuit here in Portsmouth Portsmouth and give us some royal entertainment, but the chasers are here and not that far behind the main contenders.
They're surely going to get caught with about a lap and a half to go. They've only got 4 or 5 seconds coming around this bottom bend.
Well, out front remains Jessica Roberts, but our concern, of course, is the battle for that overall title between Garner and Juniper, and they're locked together. Here is confirmation of it, in fact. Juniper on 160 points, Grace Garner on 157, Alice Barnes on 152. There's an awful lot going down the line here, or onto it, I should say. There's a yellow jersey up for grabs for the winner of this Matrix Fitness GP Series. It's not going to be Jessica Roberts. She's a guest, and it's been quite a rude arrival, I think. 1 lap to go for her, but just behind, the gap is starting to close as the pace picks up, and the enormity of what's at stake here becomes clear to everybody.
Bunch coming down here, just about to come to that corner with 150 metres to go. You can see the 3 riders still away. They've got, what, about an 8-10 second lead at this stage.
Well, you hear the bell, the mouths agape for some of them, as you can see. The pressure is on, and this is the reason why. It's almost boiling point back here. Who is going to be crowned our individual overall champion? Who's going to get the yellow jersey? We're going to find out. It's not going to be Jessica Roberts. She looks like she's tying up all over the place here.
Well, she does look quite tired on this bottom corner, but she's pushing on, and she's got a massive gap, Carlton. I think the individual win is virtually nailed on at this stage. Let's see what the bunch are doing as they come the other direction this time round.
Well, the gap is closing, but it's still a handsome one, and I think Jess Roberts may well just hold on, and it looks like the 3 chasers are the ones that are losing heart because the pack have picked it up just behind them, so it'll be a pack sprint for the title. Jessica Roberts looks like she's going to take it individually, but who is going to be crowned here?
On the front of the pack this time round is the series leader from Drops Racing Team. Oh, big crash there, as we were just saying. The leaders, Drops Cycling Team, in those leaders' jerseys, just had a crash.
What a time for it to happen. Rebecca Durrell was there. Was Nikki Juniper hampered? Not quite sure. It looked like she was having trouble getting by. Grace Garner's made it through, though, and this is an amazing chance for her. She picks it up with a number 3 on her back there. It could be number 1 at the end of this one, though. We look at Jessica Roberts. She's heading for the line, but the camera, we need to look back and see how and who is coming round that last corner. Superb effort by Jessica Roberts. She timed it brilliantly. I must admit, I thought she was doomed, but it's not the case. But the gap is being expunged here, and Grace Garner's picking it up. She's running away from Nikki Juniper, heading in 150 metres away, surely, from the overall title here. And you have to feel sorry for Juniper, but all credit to Grace Garner and her team. They kept it safe. They got in the place they needed to be, and what a place it is. It's one of glory, and Grace Garner gets the individual overall. Elizabeth Jane Harris finishes second, her teammate on the day, maximising the points there as a team. Brilliant stuff. Joe Tinley in 4th with Charlotte Broughton in 5th. My goodness, what a race we have had. Great winner today, and a great champion in Grace Garner.
So the team competition, hopefully that won't be too adversely affected by that crash, but it was the leading team from Drop CC who had the rider on the floor. Podium Ambition, lots of riders at the front of the bunch, so it could be an issue.
You know what? There's a lot of pink jerseys up towards the front. I think Podium Ambition have done it.
You absolutely smashed it. You led from the front. It was one of the boldest moves I've seen of the whole series. And you just kept there, and they could not get you. What is the secret of your success at the tender age of, what, 17?
I just tried to keep going and not go in the red too early on, and then just went as hard as I could for as long as I could, really, and it stayed away, so, yeah.
Inspiring, amazing, wonderful to watch. Truly remarkable. Huge congratulations.
Thank you.
Jessica Roberts, second in Redditch, goes an extra step forward. The Hoy future star looking very good indeed. Grace Garner, double points on the night, runner-up to Roberts, and in so doing secures the individual overall classification. Nikki Juniper finishing 7th tonight. Familiar in green, Nikki Juniper makes it her very own.
I had to finish in front of Gracie to win the overall. Was in a line out, a rider from Drops came down, and I had to brake. Grace jumped, and I just didn't have enough time to catch her, and she got the gallop. So yeah, I'm chuffed for her. A little bit gutted, but I got the sprinter's jersey and I've retained it, so I'm really happy.
Juniper topping the class on 45 points. Alice Barnes nearest to her. Annesley Park making up the podium for this classification. Grace Garner, the Matrix Fitness individual winner for 2016. 2 from Ford EcoBoosts, Juniper and Broughton making up the podium. There's your confirmation. Garner winning it with 233 points. What a tight competition this was, with Juniper and Broughton also in the frame. Glorious celebrations about to get underway for Podium Ambition, confirmed on the night with the team overall classification.
It was a privilege for me personally, and for all of our viewers, I'm sure, to get the insight we got before the race, and for it to stack up like that is such a brilliant finish.
Yeah, it all unfolded really well. Yeah, really proud of all of the girls in the team. Yeah, just happy.
Huge congrats.
Thank you very much.
So there it is, confirmation. Podium Ambition are the champions. They take the team overall classification, dropping at the very last.
So, having wrapped up the Matrix Fitness Grand Prix, the women of Podium Ambition now turn their attention to social media, at which point we go to the break, after which it's the men's race.